If there's one thing I've learned about camping, it's to always be prepared. And now that I have your attention, let's get to that video. Before we get to the topic of today's video, I want to give props out to this $10 rain suit from Harbor Freight. You never know when you might need it, but the odds will go up when your wife of 30 years feels it's important to douse you with water over and over and over again to get the shot. But let's talk about ways to stay prepared for going on the road. As we go into our 5th year with this camper, little things have started breaking. So today we're going to go over the manufacturer parts that we carry with us just in case. There were 3 things we considered when it came to buying these items, and we're going to talk about it while I go get a taco. It's taco time! The first thing is, if I don't have this part, is it going to wreck my camping trip? Or is finding this part on the road going to become very difficult? Alright, so I've got my tacos, which means I'm happy. Which brings me to number 2. I can't spend hundreds of dollars on parts that I may never use, so these parts have to be reasonably priced, much like these tacos. And lastly, these parts can't take up valuable storage space. This may look roomy, but it is a 20-foot camper after all. I always bring a spare one of these latches. If this guy happens to break off, you're going to have a real difficult time securing this door. Now you could probably continue your trip, but it would be much easier to have one of these with you in case you had to replace it on the road. A sewer hose carrier cover. These come in packs of 2. I've already replaced one that broke off, so there's a real good chance it might happen again. Because they come in bundles of 2 when you buy them, I've got a spare. Here we have a vent latch. These little plastic things go in these exterior covers over the appliances on your camper. If you happen to break one on the road, you're going to have to rig up some way to hold this on until you get back to the house. If you have a couple with you, problem solved. This crisp Carolina morning has me thinking about the propane heater in this camper. I've never had to make repairs to it, but I know from going online that these are the 2 parts that wear out most commonly, and I'm going to take them with me. If I can't figure out how to do it myself, at least when I call the service tech, I'll have the 2 most common parts with me to get us back to camping as soon as possible. We've learned to bring one of these extra window latches. We broke one of these off a while back, and we were able to fix it. But because it holds this emergency window in, if we didn't have one of these on the road, it might make it really difficult for us to travel. Another one of the things we bring are these little black handles to these crank out windows. We understand that some people have stripped these out. If that should happen, we can pull that screw out, replace this handle, and operate our windows, no problem. They're very small and they don't take up a lot of room. Here's a water valve for our toilet. This isn't something that has given us trouble, but we know from experience and looking online that many people have. So we keep one of these with us, and if I ever had a problem out camping, I can solve it and not be interrupted at all. Several years ago, Linda and I did a video on the spare parts we take on the road when we're towing. But this is an emergency breakaway cable, and I thought I should bring it up again because it's absolutely critical that you have a spare one of these. Here's 2 items I always bring that have to do with the black tanks. A spare cap, because come on, you know you need one of these. And this 3-inch gate valve, this Valterra gate valve. If I happen to get a broken valve on the road, these are hard to find in the middle of nowhere. So I always bring one of these, and you can change it out yourself. Couple last things. Years ago when I bought this camper, I picked up one of these boxes of miscellaneous fuses in case I should ever need them. But one of the things I didn't realize is I didn't have the biggest one, which is a 40 amp. So now I keep a 40 amp fuse with my pack, and I'm not going to be caught flat-footed in the future. Also, always keep 9-volt batteries, because I assure you, your smoke alarm will die at 3 in the morning and you will scramble around trying to find a battery to shut it up. So grab some 9-volt batteries and keep them in the camper with you. One thing about almost all these parts is they're fairly interchangeable across all RV manufacturers. So it really is helpful in that regard, and if you change campers, a lot of these products can track with you down the road to the next camper. So there you have it. These are the parts Linda and I carry with us when we go on the road camping. Now, we'd love to know if you carry anything with you that we haven't thought of. That's real important to us. So if you can, leave it in the comments down below. Guys, in an upcoming video, I'm going to make the definitive on-the-road camping tool bag. If you have anything that you bring on the road that might be out of the ordinary or something we might want to include in ours, please list it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And as always, Desi loves it when you hit that notification bell. Ding. This crisp Carolina morning has me thinking about the heater in this camper. Now, I've never had to make repairs to this camper. The crisp Carolina morning has me thinking about the heater. Sorry. All right. Simple words. Okay. The crisp Carolina morning has me thinking about the heater in this camper. Now I can't stop. You can just stop for a second.